Hey, welcome to my video. So today I just wanted to do a quick video of 5 of my favorite K-dramas of all time. Number 5, Laughter in the Waikiki. It's one of the funniest K-dramas that I've ever seen. It's basically about these 3 guys. One of them is a director, one of them is a writer, and the other one is an actor. And they're all struggling, but they happen to run a guest house called Waikiki. In that guest house one day, a baby is randomly dropped off, which leads them to taking care of the baby and the single mother, and they end up getting in all sorts of random and wacky adventures. It's a super funny show, and I definitely recommend that everyone check it out. Number 4, Signal. Signal is a show about a detective who ends up finding a walkie-talkie which lets him talk to another detective in the past. And these two together use their knowledge to solve cases that have happened in the past and as well as in the future. We later on find out that a lot of the cases that the older detective was working on are connected in a bigger web of this bigger conspiracy that's happening. It's a really interesting show with a lot of great mystery, and also it's a very good thriller show. I definitely recommend it to anyone who wants to see something a little different, that isn't a romance, that isn't a comedy, or anything like that. Number 3, Age of Youth. Age of Youth is a show about these 5 college girls who are staying together in a dorm. Now it sounds like a pretty basic story, but as the episodes go on, there's a lot more that's happening. And it's basically the show that talks about different emotions that young people feel, and just different stories that are very relatable to young people. There are some things that are a little out there, over the top, but it's definitely a very, very good, a very heartwarming show. Number 2, Penthouse. This is a story about some wealthy families and the crazy things that they do to protect their status, and the over-the-top things that they do to get their children into this very prestigious music school. It involves all sorts of things like murder, deception, and there's a really good mystery element to it too. This is a really good show. It's very over the top, but it's done in a way where it's still very enjoyable to watch, and the characters, even though that they do horrible things, they're still written in a good way, which makes you really want to almost root for them, even though they're horrible people. And lastly, my number 1 is Crash Landing on You. Many people may know this story, but basically it's about this really rich girl who ends up crash landing in North Korea, and this captain who ends up looking after her. And this is just a super sweet romance, and even though it's very cheesy, it's just done so well. All the characters are amazing and lovable. Even the side story and their romance was absolutely amazing. There really isn't anything wrong with this show whatsoever. I enjoyed every moment of it. It's just such a fun show. So yeah, that's basically it. I just wanted to do a quick top 5 video. I thought it'd be fun. I'm sure I'm gonna do a couple more of these, in the future. Maybe get into some more niche things, and maybe even talk a bit more in depth about certain shows. So yeah, thank you for watching. See ya.